Welcome back, listeners. My name is Larry Kallevig, founder and CEO of the Haven Financial Group. And if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Haven Financial Group radio show, where weekly we discuss all these wonderful, crucial retirement planning and topics that maybe seem dry at times, but they're very important. And we want you to learn something. And it's great to have Kyle Thomas, a certified financial planner on the investment team, through some of these tumultuous times with the markets and the ups and the downs and the wars, and just to talk through some of these things that really worry people. And if you're listening today, you might be that person that's worried. When do I retire? Should I retire? All those important questions that you should be asking. The question is, are you getting the answers to these? And again, that's why I encourage folks, go to our website, check out the classes that we're teaching. A variety of different classes. We had some well-attended ones, Kim, this week. Wills, trusts, and legacy planning. Things, people that when they think retirement, they think just the money. Well, there's much more to it than that. How do you transfer assets? The tax ramifications. Legacy planning is much more encompassing. Retirement planning is much more all-encompassing than people make it out to be. And if you're not having these conversations, you might really be missing the boat.
Absolutely. Well, and in these tumultuous times, a plan is imperative so that there are no long-term savings or spending effects for your retirement. So we want to talk a little bit about some of the strategies that help during these times for retirees. And as Larry mentioned, Kyle Thomas is with us. He is a CFP. Kyle, one of the things that you guys do there at Haven Financial Group is you tailor these plans for individuals. It's not a cookie cutter situation because nobody's retirement is the same. Everybody has different wants, needs. They plan for it differently. So start off by just talking to us about what a tailored plan looks like at Haven Financial Group.
Yeah, it's one thing that I believe really sets us apart from much of the industry. And we believe everyone deserves to have a financial plan, something like that we put together. And one of the questions we ask people is, have you ever done something like this when we deliver that plan to them? And 9 times out of 10, it's no. And they've never seen anything like this before. And it's all new to them. But our tailored planning, it just starts from getting to know them, very conversational. And then from there, we pick up on probably really important things in their life. What do they want to plan for? A legacy, kids, charity, all of that stuff. And then we get into the numbers and we can drill into what kind of spending do they want to have in their retirement? What investments do they have? What kind of goals do they have? Do they want to have purchase a boat or something down the line? Mm-hmm. Just all of the nitty gritty stuff that goes into the financial picture. And then we figure out what portfolio we should be investing in. We figure out their risk profile and trying to then nail down what's going to be a comfortable ride for them, because whatever plan we have from the start, it can be manipulated a little bit, but we want to make sure that we stay consistent in our strategy on the investing side, because whatever those goals are, we're going to then tailor that plan to an investment strategy that aligns with those goals. So that's why we're talking about tailoring, and because everything is customized to what those specific needs are for each client that we have.
And I'm assuming that anybody who walks through the door benefits from this.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who walks through the door at Haven Financial Group will benefit from this planning, because each and every client that we have has a specific portfolio for their situation. And we don't have cookie cutter portfolios for anyone. It's everything is specific exactly for what their goals and desires are.
Kim, if I may add to that, a good advisory firm doesn't offer cookie cutter strategies. They match the tools, the investment, look at all the options, goals, risk tolerance, profiles, all of the above. And that's how I nabbed actually Kyle a few years ago from a big investment firm, which we won't mention. A big investment firm. Okay, I'm not going to mention any names, but they need to adhere to certain models, if you will. They're not given the flexibility to do this and talk taxes. They're not to talk estate planning. They're given, you're going to operate in this model, and this is what you get. And you're not going to talk about these other things. And we don't find that to be a good advisory model for retirees, because it's not one glove fits all. It shouldn't be one glove fits all. And as Kyle is one of several certified financial planners on the team at Haven, we have the flexibility to go any different avenues. Hey, we're going to talk to taxes, how it relates to the investments. I'm sure he'll get into, tax loss harvesting and the right types of accounts, investments in the right types of accounts. That's what a good advisory firm, retirement advisory firm, should do and should be doing. And a lot of the big investment firms, they don't have that capacity. It's all about the numbers.
Well, let me ask how this. What kind of tools do you guys need or use to put together these tailored plans?
Well, the tools that we have are having specialty people in all of these areas.
Okay.
And then we also, all of these specialty people can overlap in different areas as well. So we all, kind of know a little bit of each other's different specialty area, which really helps out because, we all kind of know a general idea of what's going on for the high level picture. But then when we need to, go into something specific with tax, we can get Lance in the picture, or something with, Medicare, then we can get Glenn or Isabella. And so it really works well because everything is under one roof. But then, the tools for the investing side of it and the portfolios, we can open up our investment options to anything. We custody with Schwab and Fidelity. So every investment opportunity that is out there, we can have that as a tool for the portfolios that we built out for clients. So we have access to everything that we would need. And that just creates diversification for us as much as we need to be.
Sure. So, Larry, let's circle this back. And today, we're, of course, talking about these economic times. What is it about tailoring a plan that helps to protect against these kinds of times?
Well, it's just having that plan, adhering to the plan, and having a balanced attack, the right investments over multi-asset classes. Kyle and I in the team, we see so many times folks that have the wrong investments and the wrong types of classifications, and it's working against them rather than for them. So, the clients benefit from us actively managing, rebalancing, doing the thing, looking at it from the big picture, and not just the investments, but what are all the other ramifications that go with it. And it gives them the confidence to know that we are working together. And the reality is, the number one compliment I get, and thank goodness almost 11 years into it, the goal 11 years ago when I started the company was to have multiple personalities in all these retirement areas. And weekly I get this comment, wow, it's so nice having it all underneath the same roof. Wow, you guys really communicate. Carrie, our estate planning attorney, and Keith talk to us. We talk to Lance, our tax person. We all work together. And ultimately, so many times people do this over there, they do this over there. They don't do this anywhere. And there's missed opportunities. And these missed opportunities are really unforced errors that could benefit folks in their retirement. And they're just not aware of it because they're not having the necessary conversations.
Absolutely. 612-504-8400 is how you get hold of the folks at Haven Financial Group. Give them a call. Set up an appointment. Go in. It is free. You can sit down, chat with the experts there. Tell them what it is you are trying to accomplish in your retirement, and they can let you know the strategies that might be of benefit to you. Again, that number is 612-504-8400. When we come back, we want to talk about important strategies to consider when you're trying to mitigate market risk in these times when the market is somewhat tumultuous. These are some strategies that you may want to be putting into place. You're listening to the Haven Financial Group Radio Show.